Hello, hello, friends. Good to see you. Well, you get to see me here. We're going to do a couple tech setups while we get the party started. If you could put a number one in the comments, if you can see me and hear me. Secondly, I had a couple little things back to back. So I'm going to go turn up that AC. And while I'm walking out of the room and you're like, hey, nice legs, because I have shorts on, I would love you to close down all your windows. We're going to prepare for this awesome thing. And I see all the comments coming in. Wonderful. And then in a minute, I'll be asking if you can see, hear me. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what your business is. I'm going to cater this to you. So give me 1 second to yank up that AC for all my fellow Texans. Just a minute. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the life of entrepreneurs when you are the tech as well as the AC person. So I'm Tiana Smith. It's so nice to be here today. This is a live workshop. I'm going to be doing a presentation, so I'm going to get that going. But as mentioned, if you could please let me know in the comments, where do you live? What part of the world or what part of DFW? Let me know what you do in business, because sometimes during this program, I might give examples like if you're fill in the blank, or if you do this, it helps me know to cater it to whoever's watching. So here's how we're going to run this today is I'm going to be sharing my screen and walking you through a presentation all about the framework of the system I've developed that's helped me close 7 figures organically. And I see people coming in from Forney, Texas, a Spanish teacher. Awesome. And do you have a side hustle or anything you're trying to grow, a business you're trying to grow as well? Because this is definitely, if you're like interested in side hustles or how to grow your brand or content creator, things like that. I see that. Oh, I have 3 fur babies. Also, Natasha, a plant-based skincare author, speaker. You're in Godly, Texas. That's wonderful. Awesome. So I'm going to download the PDF. I love this. I love the interactions. I definitely, even though we're not all on screen, this is live. So if somebody watches this and we're talking, I just think it's great. It shows that like I don't do much evergreen webinars. I do have replays, but I just believe like we're here. It's 2025. Today is the last day of June. Can you guys believe it? I mean, how exciting is it? Are you on track for your 2025 goals? Let's talk about it. And we've got a stay-at-home mom. So yeah, let us know the business things you're doing. So I'm going to also share my screen. We're going to jump into the presentation. During the time, if you have any questions that pop up, please put them in the comments, or you can write it down beside you. And I will come back through and answer them all at the end, or if it's like a part of the presentation, but I will make sure I answer all questions. Okay. Sound good? So let's get the party started. I'm going to screen, and then just let me know if you can also see my screen. So let's go here. All right. Can you let me know with the number 2 in the comments if you can see my screen and see me and hear me still, so that we can make sure that everything is working out in an organized fashion. So today I'm going to talk to you about the 4-step framework to attract and automate new dream clients on autopilot. Put a number 2 in the comments if you could do with more dream clients, dream customers, inboxing you, not you chasing them. They're chasing you down. Okay. We got to reverse these roles, friends. We got to reverse this. Put a number 2. All right, cool. And then I'm also going to be talking to you at the end about my 100K and 100-day proven formula and an invitation to that. Okay. And as I'm welcoming you, I definitely want to I'm that person that's just like super straight up. At the end, you will have the opportunity to learn about working with me one-to-one or in my group programs. But during the presentation, I'm just going to be giving you my best strategies and treating you like you're a paying VIP client. So let's put some dollar signs up in the comments if we can agree to those terms. You will have the opportunity to learn about hiring me or joining my 7-figure club. In the meantime, you get treated like a paying client. Does that sound fair? So dollar signs, let's hear them in the comments. Okay, so you are in the right place if you have a coaching or consulting business or a service-based business, or you're starting one soon, but you're struggling to get consistent paying clients. you have a program in place, but you're not sure it's exactly attracting the kinds of clients or customers, aka a lot of times people struggle with, having like they don't pay enough. Okay, so if you've ever struggled with that, put that in the comments. We're all going to stay in the right vein here. Or you want a clear, concise, step-by-step system to build a profitable coaching or course hybrid business that works on autopilot so you can stop trading time for money and create scalable income streams. Out of these three, one, two, or three, which one of them do you relate more to personally? I'd love to know in the comments. Where are we at over here? One, two, or three? And this is not for you, though. It's always good, right? For you, not for you. If you're just here for another free class, but you don't want to apply any of it, I'm sure that's none of you. You plan on watching this entire free presentation and high level strategy plan, and then you get offended or upset when I offer you an opportunity to invest and get the system so you can 10x to 100x your sales. I know, like poo poo. Just kidding. Or you're just here to criticize and critique me. And that's when we can just say, bye, we'll see you later or never. But again, I'm sure that's none of you because this is a very special day where we're getting to work with not only anybody who saw our post, but this DFW women in networking, boss babes. So I know that's not the kind of people we are, right? So here's my promise to you. I will deliver as much value as humanly possible, treating you like a VIP high ticket client in this free 60-minute masterclass. And that nothing I'll teach today is based on theory. This is not guesswork. This is based on my almost 20 years in media marketing and design. And so I'm going to share with you real case studies, proven successes, how this has worked. Does that sound cool? Put some thumbs up or your favorite GIF. I don't know if we can put GIF in the comments, but I love GIFs. And everything you're learned today has already been tested and proven to work. Let's put proven in the comments. Can you type it out or put a big old P? If you don't like to type, you can just put a P. Well, who wants something proven? Who wants something that's like, I could duplicate this. Show me how to do this. I want to do this. Okay. So here's what I ask in return, because like everything is energy for energy, right? We want to meet people where they're at. So I'm asking that you keep an open mind about new information that I'm going to teach you today, and that you have a can-do attitude, that you treat me and each other with respect, and that you can take plenty of notes. You can even screenshot. I just ask if you do screenshot, and if you do any shares, that you always tag me, as this is copywritten material. Sound fair? Let's do it, okay? So here's some quick tips from watching this. If you're able to, and sometimes I know people tune in from work or maybe you have kids in the background, but get in as quiet a room as possible, and also turn off your phone so you can devote your full attention to the training, right? This is truly some gold nuggets that could change your business for life. You work hard, and I want you to treat yourself to these 60 minutes of focused learning. And then if you want to close any extra tabs and apps to increase your bandwidth. Sound good? So let's put some stars up in the comments. If you're ready for this, you're closing things down, you're ready to focus. So here's what I'm going to teach you during this time. 3 traits of the biggest mistakes to avoid with your coaching and course business or any kind of service-based business. Okay, these are the kind I work with: entrepreneurs, small business owners, coaches, consultants, teachers, you're saying things like that. Anybody that you're trading, you're doing those services. I'm going to share my 3-step framework. This is supposed to be for creating a profitable coaching business: attraction and permission-based marketing, meaning we're not chasing people, we're not spamming people, we're attracting people and we're asking permission. Okay. And the systems you need in place to finally automate leads and sales and dominate your competition online. And I call this my automate to dominate formula. Everybody ready? Type an A2D in the comments if you're ready. And what I'm going to offer you, like I said, I like to just be upfront at the very beginning. That at the end, for those who stay live, I actually have 2 huge bonuses for you, the people who stay live today. A2D, yes, you're getting it up in the comments. I love this energy today. What a great way to end June, start Monday, and start July tomorrow. This is so fun. I'm going to give you a part of the ways you can work with me, sold out, which is how to grow your online audience and sell out your business in 30 days or less in just 1 hour a day. Okay. And the other bonus that you're going to get if you decide to invest in one of my programs because you came today, is my quick cash injection method. Who wants a cash injection? Who wants that cash injection? I'm going to share with you how you can easily, with your audience you already have, make an extra $2,000 a month through this proven method. And 2,000 is low, by the way. I usually like to say 10K, but sometimes people feel a little intimidated. So we're going to say 2,000. All right. So here are the two bonuses. I'd love to know in the comments which one of these appeals to you more, either getting sold out or a quick cash injection method to $2,000 or more. The sold out is like more audience growing, and the other one is more like cash grab. Cash grab, audience. Let me know in the comments. All right, you guys ready for our next step and to get this party really started? All right, who likes IKEA? I mean, it's hit and miss with me. I love it now because my son just absolutely loves IKEA. He's that kid. He's 16. He's like, prints out the things, goes into IKEA, knows exactly what he wants. So because of this, I've been to IKEA a lot more recently. So, but we all know what IKEA is, right? It is known for having furniture that has a lot of directions and parts, but it's super cheap. Okay. So I want to tell you, let's make a pretend kind of lottery situation right now. That's what we're going to play a little game first. And we're going to pretend like I had a bag of $100,000. Put 100K in the comments, 100K, 100K, 100K. Okay. And here's how you can win this bag of $100,000. Okay. By putting together this IKEA loft bed. And here's the thing, it's a room full of 100 people or so. All of you are there. And it's whoever puts this loft bed together the fastest, in correct order, you can't have anything missing, wins $100,000. Who wants the $100,000? Now, here's the question. How are you going to do it? Because you actually have the option that you could invest a couple $1,000s and hire an IKEA expert to help you. The issue is you're going to need to invest some cash first. But as you know, it would probably be smart, efficient, quick. This lady puts together that exact bed every single day, like 100 a day. Or you're like, you know what? I don't want to invest that. I want to figure it out myself. So I'm going to try and put this bed together. Who do you think is going to win the 100K, friends? Expert or alone? Put it in the comments. Who do you think is going to win that 100K? I think we all know the answer. And we're going to circle back to this fun pretend story, but it's not that pretend because I think we all face this decision every day in our lives and businesses, okay? So I think you get where I'm going with it. You picking up what I'm putting down? All right. So creating funnels to get people off social media and into my business was the number one way I grew my business. And I realize some of you may not know who I am yet, so I will do an official introduction in just a few minutes. But just so you know, funnels and systems online is how I grew my business to 7 figures. But it wasn't the funnels themselves that made the biggest impact. It's what I did inside the funnels that mattered most, okay? So I'm a mom, a wife, and when I'm not helping people nail their online marketing, I can probably be found at Target with my kids. All right. Anybody else some Target fans? We're like balancing being loving moms and nurturers with like, man, I want to bring home the bag, right? This is a little screenshot into my systems that have generated over 60,000 leads and automated 7 figures in sales. And that's not counting my client results of the audiences and systems I've built for them. That's just for me. I've used my funnel systems to automate over 60,000 leads and take them off social media and build $1 million coaching course and service business in part-time hours and as a solopreneur, meaning I don't have a team. I do sometimes hire contractors, but I've not had a team. I didn't want a large team. I wanted my freedom and to live and work wherever I wanted. Who's into the freedom lifestyle? Love to know your goals in the comments. Like, what kind of business are you wanting to build? Okay. But in January 2015, all I had was an idea, okay? If you want to flashback a few years, I was overworked, sitting there with my little kiddos. I had a newborn at the time and I had a 3-year-old. And I was doing social media managing and web designing, like just scrounging for clients. And you can call it a nap time hustle. I really was overworked, underpaid, but I had a dream that I really wanted to get my business to $10,000 months. Put 10K in the comments if that's one of your big goals, is you really want to get yourself to that 10K monthly income. So essentially 120K annual. Put 10K in the comments if that's also your goal. And at the time, I did not have an email list or a large following at all on social media. I don't even think I was on Instagram at that time. And I just had a Facebook profile. I'm not even sure LinkedIn was around. If it was, I was not on it. And friends and family thought I was nuts. They just were like, why can't you be happy where you're at? Just rely on, whatever your husband's going to give you as money. And at that time, I'm divorced now, but my husband didn't really give me money. So I was either going to be broke or I had to do something about it. So I wanted to do something about it. And I just remember thinking, I'm going to go all in and I don't care if nobody believes that I can do it. Now, I just had that in my mind. I wasn't really like forwardly confident, I don't think, but in my mind, I heard a quote from somebody when I was starting to learn about business. And she said, if they're not paying your bills or raising your kids, they have no say in it. And I was like, boom, yes, that's what for me. So let me take you through this timeline and what I learned through this timeline. So I started my consulting biz and built my first funnel. I had been doing web design marketing for 10 years prior, but I really was like, I need to take this to the next level. My biz and sales were still not growing fast enough. And I definitely thought about giving up. I don't know if you've ever been there. I just want to tell you though, don't give up. You'll win if you don't give up. And then the next month, I really stopped treating my business like a hobby, stopped discounting my prices, and started taking it serious. It's called boundaries, baby. And by that, just a few months later, I shot through my 10K goal and actually hit 17K. That's the amazing thing of intention, vision boards, affirmations, which I teach my clients in my systems. So by that December, I had my first $27,000 month. And by 2024, so flash forward now all these years, I've closed over 7 figures by myself. And I've helped my clients close over 35 million. Pretty cool, right? When I was putting this together, I was like, wow, like there's a lot of things I've accomplished. And it all started with my funnel systems. Okay. And it came from automating thousands of dollars overnight one night when I figured this thing out. And I was like, I need to duplicate this. I want to grow this. And then I wanted to teach it to others. Who's excited about learning how to automate cash while you're sleeping, while you're living, and just really growing your business? Put a big high five or yes in the comments. Okay. So here's what my A2D funnel systems, they're going to help me add thousands to my email list every single month. Like I can really just, depending on how much time or cash I want to spend, I can just push the gas pedal on these things. And every time it delivers, every time. It gives me direct insight into what my audience wants so I can create offers that are a perfect fit. So, I mean, how would you like to stop guessing that the thing you're putting out there would sell or not? Okay. And it enables me to build loads of excitement for each product so that I have high ticket sales month after month. So I believe in a cart is always open, no stressful launches. Okay. So this is all about how do you create a system of freedom business that is continually automating leads and sales, automate to dominate. Okay. Now, here's what's really cool. I'm no longer overworked and scrounging for clients. My A2D systems help me easily generate enough income to support my family without hustling for sales 24/7. And I get to work when I want, with who I want, from wherever I want. That's called freedom to me. So let's put a big freedom in the comments. I mean, it's Freedom Week this week. It's the perfect week. Let freedom ring. I'm a professional singer-songwriter, but that was my first career, which led me to marketing. So I can tell you, and if you learn more about me through this journey, this can change your life in every capacity. And it starts by this 4-step system. And before we dive into the 4-step system, I do want to briefly talk about 3 major mistakes to avoid with your online marketing. Okay. Because first, I think sometimes if we get the things out, like the kind of negative Nancy things, and sorry if your name's Nancy, but the negative things, then we can move into, okay, like let's fill it with the right things to do. And this is judgment free. I've been there, these mistakes, I've done them. So this is not a place to have shame and judgment. It's a place to say, ooh, ow, okay, I feel that. Yeah, I kind of already knew that. Okay, here's how we can move forward. All right. So let's put a number 3 if you're ready for these 3 biggest mistakes in the comments. All right, mistake number 1, copying someone else's branding and funnels and then expecting instant leads and sales. Yeah, I understand we live in this AI thing and this time where a lot of people steal things. That's yucky energy to me personally. There's some good things AI can do, but when we're just taking things and it's cookie cutter, it's not unique to you. You're a unique human. You've lived a unique life. So when we do branding or marketing, it should be unique to you, to your goals, to your life, and to your business. Your brand and funnel should be custom to you and to attract your ideal client, right? Because they're unique also. So when we start to tap into our power of being the unique souls that we were put here to be, then we can really magnetize people to us. Okay. Let's put magnet in the comments, like a magnet. That's what it should feel like. It should feel easy. It should feel like, oh, they're just drawn to me. I'm drawn to them. So I want you to let it go. I want you to stop thinking that funnels are too hard for you. Stop tuning out when you hear the word funnels, because I'm going to break it down for you. And funnels is what can make it so easy for you to attract your dream clients. Okay. It actually can help your life get so much easier, your business so much easier. Okay, mistake number 2, winging it on social media without a strategy or systems. You need both, okay? Spending hours a day on social media, guessing what to post or who is going to buy from you is just not sustainable. Anybody guilty? Hashtag guilty over here. Yeah, I used to do that. And honestly, anytime I kind of go lower level with my thinking or feel desperate, like it doesn't work though. And that energy is not attractive, okay? So we all can sense energy. If you're spending more than 30, I'd say to 60 minutes max a day on social media, you're doing something wrong. And there is a better way. Put better way in the comments. If you're like, I want the better way, I want it. I'm going to give it to you. I want to teach you how to automate everything and everything that can be automated. I'm talking about your systems, I'm talking about your funnels, but we still want you to show up as you. Okay. And so there's systems. So even if it's not fully automated, there are systems for everything, even the way you show up organically on social media. And here's why automation will help you get all these things: new followers, new subscribers, new content, and new sales. Okay. So if you want new followers following you on social media daily, new subscribers added to your email list, which is your business asset. What does that mean? I want everybody to listen to this. If you do not have a way to take people off social media onto your own email and text list, you are sleeping on a mountain of money beside you. You really are. And you have to get this figured out and dialed in. And I've been teaching this for a decade, and I'm still amazed that people still are like, I don't need a website. I don't need funnels. I don't need an email list. You're right if you don't want to make 7 figures, but you do need it if you want to make 6, multi-6 and 7 figures. Just so you guys know the stats really fast. And I don't know the stats for the women of this, but this is just in general. Only 4% of people who do online marketing, not online marketers, just entrepreneurs who are trying to use online marketing, just maybe you don't have an in-person business, only 4% ever hit 100K a year. That doesn't mean year after year, just once. Okay. And then it's something like 0.01% hit 7. And not only have I done both, but I've also helped multiple of my clients hit their first 6, 7, and even 8 figures. So you have to understand, like, if such a tiny percentage of people, this should also be like, discernment is needed when you are listening to people online, because all these people have opinions and all these people have YouTube videos or TikToks, but who's actually making the money? So just do not listen to everything you hear online. They're like, they don't know what they're doing. If you don't know and you don't have the proof for it. Okay. So what I want you to do is stop overwhelming yourself and your followers with too much content that isn't working. Okay. And there's a mindset I see, like, if I can just give more, especially women, we tend to just like overgive in general. Let's stop with that. Let's get strategic. Let's calm it down, take a breath, and plan some things out. And where you actually can create a life, a social media content strategy that you feel like you can manage. It's exciting, it's fun, and it actually helps you make money. How does that sound? Where everything is really by design and it's actually working, and you have more time, you have more money. The truth is that too much free content is overwhelming for your audience, and it's overwhelming for you. Okay. Anybody ever felt that? Put a big O up in the comments for overwhelming. If you have felt it, I could type up that O in the comments myself. So there's 2 sides of this. Your audience needs clarity not 10 gajillion worksheets, checklists, and blog posts. What we need is strategic lines from the transformation, okay? And here's the final mistake before I give you the solutions. Assuming sales will just happen on their own. Okay. If I can just put up more posts or invite enough people to my workshop, then I'll make more money. And we just know that that doesn't work. And sometimes you might get a rando and yay, all money is great money. And we're so blessed to get that. But you should never assume anything. We know the old saying about assume, right? But it's really just about ourselves. We need to take it serious and create a strategy. So if you want to start making money and more money, you need a profitable offer and funnel framework in place. Okay. So offer and then the funnel, the system to break this down is the piece that's going to take that offer to the masses. And you're the one who also has to create the journey. Okay. So let's talk about what that actually looks like. And before we dive into the 4-piece framework, I do want to say, you don't have to work harder and longer in order to make more money. I want to encourage you to start to think about breathing and about rest and about restoration and about the easy button. Anybody know the Staples easy button? It's like, that was easy. That is so fun when you set up a funnel and you get your offer dialed in, and then all of a sudden people are buying it. That's something my clients say to me. They're like, oh my goodness, this is way easier than what I was doing. I was working so much harder, and now it's like the easy button. So who wants more easy in their life? More ease and flow in their life. Put it big, easy, an E. If somebody can find that gift button, that'd be amazing. I don't know if it's in there, but put easy in the comments if you're ready for more ease in your life. So within 1 year, to recap this, I went from no email list to 3,000 new email subscribers. Those are leads, friends, and 100,000. I surpassed 100,000. And that was from one $27 product, and I had one $1,000 service upgrade. Okay. So a bunch of people bought a product I was selling, and then a handful of people bought the $1,000 upgrade, and I just kept selling out. I had no affiliates, I had no webinars, I had no team. And at that time, I had no ads. So it was just my email list and my funnel. So for those who teach all these huge scaling things, and you're like, dude, I already have a team. I have my family. I'm trying to run this. Yeah, but you can run your family as well as a profitable business when you have the proper strategy and systems in place. Okay. So you may be thinking, I could never get to $10,000 a month that fast. Anybody over here kind of struggle with their beliefs? Put belief in the comments if you do, or a B for beliefs, okay? But you are wrong. And isn't it great to be wrong about good things sometimes? What if somebody said, your husband who never buys you flowers buying you flowers today, and you're like, you're wrong, but then you're wrong, you come home and you have flowers. It's like that. But this is more in your control. Okay, this is what's cool about business. It's something you can take some control back into your life to create a good life for yourself, irregardless of how other people show up in your life. That's what I love about business, and I love about being there for myself. One of my clients here, Jen, she celebrated the first launch of her membership with 5-figure sales. She'd only worked with me for a few weeks at that point. 5 figures means that 10,000 or above. And I think she hit almost, 18,000. Another one of my clients, and she was working full-time. She's a therapist in Canada, runs a therapy practice, did not have time for any sales calls. She created this course, and then I've set up her systems for her, these systems I'm talking to you guys about today. And she had a 15,000 Canadian dollar launch. And before that, she was had closed $1,000. And then she's been able to duplicate that. Here's just a few of my success stories from my clients. So Jen right there, like I said, 18,000. Barbara had a $15,000 launch. These are just in a few weeks. This is not what they make annual. Ani, he was a client. And I will tell you the difference. If you see there's a huge leap of income, the ones on the right did my higher level program that I'll tell you guys about today. And the ones on the left did more my group coaching program. Okay. And not all the one-to-one done for you, go all in on it. And so it's interesting to me how you can have the same systems, but you also have to put in the work. And that's not always time. It can be capital. It can be systems. It can be a team member like me who helps things go faster. So Ani did 100K within 8 weeks of launching. Kathy Heller here on the right, if you know her, she's a top podcaster and author. Also, she did 180K her first 90 days working with me, brought me back in a couple years later. We did 2 million in 10 days. And then Carl Allen did 25 million his first few years with the same exact system, and then did like 4 million in a few hours. And I understand to some people, these numbers just sound out of this world, but who's some big dreamers? Do we have some dreamers on this call today? You've heard these numbers. I actually built these systems for these people. They did not have systems in place before. And that's the difference between what I do and what a lot of people in my field do. I love to help create 5-figure, 6-figure, 7, 8-figure earners, because I think that that gap between when you don't know if you can do it, you can do this, but you need a strategy, branding, systems. Okay. So just some more. These are just screenshots. This is what they typed out, things like that. And you can watch videos on my website. So what I want to talk about is, how do we get to a place where we can 10x your results? Most people convert their email list at like 2%. But if you have a proper funnel in place, you can convert up to 60 to even 80%. Like I have a funnel right now that's converting between 60 and 80%. What that means is, if 100 people came up to your door, and it was open for business, most people, the way they build a funnel, only 2 people would want to come in your business store. Okay. So let's say you were at a store and 100 people pass it a day, only 2 people would walk in. We want to get more people walking into your potential business opportunity, right? So with a good, well-designed framework that I'm about to share with you, these 4 steps, we can get your conversion rates up to 60 to 80. And then are you able to sell? If you had a boutique, 2 people coming in is quite different than 60 or 80 in one day. Am I right? Is everybody following this math? So that conversion means that, for those of you who don't know, we want to get strangers, convert them into leads. That's when they come in the store, or online, it's when they sign up on your list. And then we need to convert them to a sale. Okay. So it's dripping down. That's the funnel. Everybody put funnel in the comments if it's making more sense. So my job here is to first educate you. I want you to feel empowered, feel educated, and feel confident in decisions you're making about your own marketing and your own business. So $10,000, we can divide this up and make it in different ways. So a lot of you put 10K in the comments about your monthly income goal. Would you like to make like $1 from 10,000 new followers every month? Or let's say $100 from 1,000 new sales. When's the last time you had 1,000 sales in a month? Ever? Most people haven't. Or would you like to create an offer that you sold 3 times to 3 new customers to make 10,000? What do you think is easier? 1,000 new sales, or 100 new sales, or just 3? Which one? 3 or 100? Put it in the comments. What's easier? 3 sales, 100 sales. I think we can all know with certainty that less sales is easier, even if the charge of something is higher. Okay. So again, taking Ani, for example, one of my clients. So here's an investor, and we created a course as well as a coaching program. And we had 2 offers. So he got 1,000 new email subscribers, 1 funnel, and the 1 offer, which was a 2-fold offer, it's still underneath 1 offer, was 100K launch. So again, 10 sales, or do you want to sell 1,000 things? There's a smarter way to do your business, okay? But you have to overcome some poverty mentality and overcome your own limited mindsets to do this, okay? So who believes they could get 5 new sales every month? Put a number 5 in the comments if you believe that if you were taught the right way to doing this, that you could absolutely, out of all these people that are following you already online, close 3 to 5 new sales every month. Put it in the comments. 5. Let's see the 5s coming in the comments. Now, how about this? How would it feel to have 1,000 new people getting on your email list, raising their hand, signing up from your YouTube, from your Instagram, from your Facebook, from your LinkedIn? You had something to offer them, and they were like, yeah, sign me up, Natasha, Jamie, CJ, they're Keisha. They're like, sign me up. 1,000 new people. Would you feel so abundant that you could have 5 new sales? You're like, come on, out of 1,000, I got to have 5 out of 1,000, right? So this is the kind of mindset we want. We want abundance. We want to fill up your inbox so much and your email list so much that 3 sales, 5 sales, even 10, you're like, no problem. Okay. So we have to get you to abundance. Now, here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. Funnels convert like crazy, which is why leading with value through your automated funnels can make lots of money. Okay. And this is what I mean by that. But you won't make money even with a funnel without a strategy in place. This is where some people are like, oh, you don't need a funnel. I'm like, well, you obviously haven't done it right, because I started killing it with my money when I got the funnels right. Okay. So to me, when somebody says, I don't need a funnel, I don't need a website, I'm like, yeah, you either don't have one or you don't have one that's working. That doesn't mean you don't need one. It's kind of like somebody that you'd see walking on the side of the road and maybe they had a junker car and it kept breaking down. They're like, forget this. I'll just ride my bike or I'll walk. That's more reliable. But you're like over there, like, well, just get a better car. You see what I mean? People get like so limited because maybe it's newer to the scene than a vehicle, which has been around like 100 years at this point. But because funnels are newer in an industry and there's not everybody building them correctly, you're getting the wrong idea about it. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how to get the actual 4-step framework for a profitable funnel. So type the number 4 in the comments. We're going to breeze through this. I'm also going to take any questions. If you're hearing this, you're like, well, what about this or what about that? Ask the questions, ask away. I'm here to answer them, okay? So here's the 4-step framework that actually makes a profitable funnel. There's an attractor factor. We need to talk about this. 2 is branding. 3 is systems. And 4 is sales. Okay, so I'm going to break down every step right now. Who do you want to attract? Before we even build the funnel, we do need to know what you're selling and who you want to attract. And without this, you're not ready to make money. Okay, so we need to know who is your ideal customer, right? Someone with a problem your offer is designed to solve. Okay, so I'd love to know in the comments if you get the chance, who is your ideal customer? What is their problem and how are you solving it? So for me, I help entrepreneurs in general, business owners who do not have a dialed in online marketing presence, right? So I assess it. I'm like, okay, if you're not automating thousands of leads every month and tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars, I can fix it. So what's your problem? Like, who has the problem and what are you solving for them? Are you helping them learn Spanish? Okay. People want to learn Spanish or travel overseas. What ages are they? It's very detailed work once we get into this. And then the second part of all this is where a lot of people get this wrong. They just develop for the first part. They need to have money to invest. Okay, so whether you're buying a Spanish tutoring or today I dropped my daughter off at a horse camp. Well, I could say, oh, my daughter loves horses. And the horse teacher could be like, oh, they're my ideal client. But I'm like, yeah, I think that's too expensive. And she's like, oh, I guess you're not my ideal client. Look, it doesn't matter how much you charge. There's always going to be people who say that's too expensive. So you might as well charge what you know you're worth and let go of the rest. I hope that landed for somebody. Put a money sign in the comments for me if that landed. You're like, I get it. Okay. So, because you can probably sell your product or service to a lot of different people. But in order to make money, you do need to pick one. Don't get lost in the noise. So for example, I really work well with the one-to-one stuff. I have a one-to-one level, which is really 25, 50, 100K programs that I sell. Well, not everybody is going to invest at that level because it would take them forever to get their ROI. But I also have an ICA, Ideal Client Avatar, for my lower level. Let's say it's $2,000. You can join my group coaching program and buy a course. Well, that's quite a difference. 2,000 versus 50,000, 100,000. So a lot more of the general public and entrepreneurs will be like, yeah, 2,000. But guess what they're going to run into? They're going to have to do all the work themselves. So then there's a time issue. So for you, you need to get really clear on what solutions and what price points that's going to come in there. Okay. And I know it's scary, but it's okay to repel people. Stay focused on your ideal customers. Actually, a funny analogy just came to mind. We love ice cream, but sometimes my husband's like, well, I'm kind of lactose intolerant depending on the day. Depends if he's going to eat the ice cream or gelato. So anyway, it would be like like taking it personal because somebody's lactose intolerant and you run an ice cream store. So you're like, well, I guess we have to have dairy-free options, which some ice cream stores decide to do that. And that's fantastic, but some don't. So guys, it really doesn't matter. There's nothing ethically wrong with you. You don't need to serve everybody. You just need to know who you serve and how much you want to charge. And then we need to attract the right people. Make sense? Money signs in the comments if you're like, yes. Okay. All right. And here's the thing though. If your funnel is lacking clarity, meaning you're not talking to somebody specific, you're not telling them what transformation, you're going to lose people. A confused mind never buys. Okay. Write that in the comments. It's one of the best sales tips ever. A confused mind never buys. Okay. So during this attraction piece, engagement and people messaging you and chasing you down, like what we talked about, actually happens naturally if you are talking to the right person. Okay. So that's why we can't skip this step. All right, number two, put the number two. And I like that you guys are going over here and your ideal client is busy, overextended woman. See, you got it dialed in. And then I want to know how you're solving their problem very specifically. So let's talk about branding now. This is so important. Everybody type the number two in the comments, and what it stands for is 2 seconds. What does your visual branding, messaging, and photos say about you? Do they grab immediate attention, or are you explaining yourself why you don't have your pieces in place? Because you're not selling then. I can look at somebody's branding and know if they're selling automatically. All right. Again, you only get 2 seconds to grab a stranger's attention. This is why your visual representation of how you present yourself online and offline is imperative. Okay. You can say, well, people shouldn't care, but people care. People have always loved things that are beautiful. And it's not about needing to be a model or a certain age. It's just putting your best foot forward. If you went to a networking event, I'm sure you dress up for the part. If you got asked out by your dream guy for your dream date, I'm sure that you would dress up, right? That's what we do as humans. So every day, your online presence is a reflection of you. And if you only get 2 seconds, let's do it. You barely can read a sentence in 2 seconds. It actually takes about 5 seconds for most people to read a whole sentence. So people do spend time on like their posts and things like that. But that immediate, they look at your header, they look at your Instagram, they look at your website. If it sucks, guys, they're clicking away. Too much time on their hands. Okay. So it's just not long enough unless your visuals are dialed in, and then it's more than long enough. And then they're going to explore more. It should be captivating. Okay. Here's a little before and after of a client Instagram I did for them. So I want to ask you, and you can rate yourself later. I would put a number next to each of these from 1 to 10. What is your website, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn saying about you and your brand? Like, go look at them, like, try to be objective. And the thing that I will do is if you type audit in the comments, anybody who wants an audit of their online presence following this presentation, let me know. I'll send you a short little audit quiz. And I actually do offer once in a while a free Loom review. So I'll video review it. But over here, like, even though she was doing videos, which was awesome and consistent, which one of these draws you in more? Branded content is clearly more eye appealing. It's beautiful, right? So we still want to do videos, and she still does, but we put either overlays. It just matters. If this is your money making machine, why wouldn't you fix it? I don't get it. I don't get it. So I'm hoping I'm talking to the right people who get it, right? Like Jen again, who had 104 new subscribers in a couple weeks and did 5 figures in sales for a 3-day training. So she probably brought it in a week. Third step, we're almost to our last step, grow. You do need to know how to promote your funnel and your systems in the right way. And I teach about this in my program. What not to do. Friend everyone and without consent, okay? And I know some people teach these strategies, and I absolutely believe in growing your network and doing this in an organic, loving way, but not to spam people. We want to build real relationships. And so your funnel is an extension of that. And it needs a steady stream of new people to increase engagement and to grow your email list, which then grows your sales. So it goes audience, email list, sales. Say it with me, audience, email list, sales. You have to have this if you're truly serious about growing a business. And it allows you to have an automated way to grow with minimal effort. Okay. So for those of us who have busy lives, which is everybody, okay. And then what we want to do is use this magnetic content creation strategy that's free on social media will attract the right kinds of leads and sales with the right plan. Okay. And then that's not even counting referrals and things like that. But when things look great, people take you more serious. So Sonia, same thing. She came to me. She was a money mindset coach, and she signed on 2 more one-to-one clients just in a couple weeks during our challenge, our 7-figure club. And she ended up closing over her 5 figures. 5 figures again, over 10,000. I think she did over 20K. So convert, final step. This means convert. You're going to give value, sell second. Say that in the comments. Give value, sell second. Okay. When somebody inboxes you and they just ask for a sale, do you even say anything or do you just block them? I just block. So your funnel is not a billboard. So don't treat it like one, meaning it's not just this like thing that's like, sale, sale, sale. That's not what a funnel is. A funnel is something that you're actually giving amazing value and people are opting in. So the goal is new email subscribers, new customers, like we just talked about. Audience, list, customers, sales, okay? And what happens is when your funnel is done correctly, which your website can be a part of a funnel, but funnels can be in websites, just so you know, they all integrate together. It really turns into an ATM machine on steroids. It makes everything in your existing online store work better and faster because you now have a one-to-many system, okay? So, and part of this is not assuming that people know what you sell. So again, this comes back to clarity, which we talked about. And remember at the very beginning when I talked about how I was like, I had all these low-level clients. I was scrounging for clients. I wasn't getting paid enough. Remember the mom at the very beginning? That was me. Okay, so what are some things you can sell? Feel free to screenshot this if you are just getting started. You know, there's a wide range of people on this call. One-to-one coaching or consulting. You can sell courses. You can sell services, products, group coaching, masterminds. I mean, even Etsy storefront. Just, I mean, all the things you can sell through funnels. Okay, and just yourself you can sell. So I'd love to know in the comments, what would you like to sell in a funnel? What would you like to qualify high ticket clients? You can also qualify people. You could do real estate deals. You can do all kinds of deals. The point is it's a system that works if you know how to do it. But in order, like we said, we're closing this out. I'm going to take all questions. So get them ready. If you have any questions, start typing them up. In order to make money with your funnel, you do need a strategy and an offer in place. So that's the piece that most people are honestly kind of not dialed in enough. Right. And so the most, just side note right here, I want to give you this. The most effective sales mechanisms on the planet are email and live video. Okay. Those are the two highest converting things around the globe in any industry right now. Okay. And my step-by-step funnel system utilizes both, okay, as well as some other cool pieces. So a little bit more about Kathy Heller. You know, she came to me, she had no website, no email list. She was selling one-to-one events. And so I said, hey, these events, these trainings, we can turn this into a course and then we can automate how you're selling it instead of doing this at the time, like one-to-one emailing them a PayPal invoice, seeing if it goes through. We can set up a checkout page so we can get people on your list who are interested. We can give them something for free. So we grew our email list by about 1,800. And then she sold and converted a great percentage of them and had 180K launch. And as I mentioned, she hired me later, came back and did 2 million in 10 days. Carl Allen, if you're competitive out here and you'd like to overcome this amazing success story, you want to beat him, let's go here and put it in the comments if you're competitive. This was an email he wrote me. Tiana strategies and funnels helped my company gross 25 million in 3 years. And then we did 4 million in 2 hours this year. So it's really exciting that they're honoring me and giving me credit where credit is due. But really, like, that's what I'm passionate about, is helping people take their ideas, take their businesses and get to the amazing level after level after level. So sales don't happen on their own. Let's recap. And each of the students made money because they implemented a specific sales strategy and funnel. So here it is again: attract, brand, grow, convert. This is the formula for success. Okay. And again, this is not theory. It's all been tested and proven to work by me and hundreds of my students. I've had thousands of students go through my programs. And if you take away one thing, I want you to know that you can use your funnels to dramatically increase revenue without hustling for clients. So if you're into the freedom lifestyle and you want to have location freedom, so I actually have, if you're in DFW watching this too, I have this really beautiful space. This is one of my rooms. I have a 4,000 square foot warehouse. I host events here. If you're interested, reach out to me. I think all of you guys know how to reach out to me. I'll give you that information. But I can leave at any time. Like, we're traveling. We've traveled every summer. Like, I don't have to be here because I don't really have a storefront. It's more of a meeting space that I open according to when I want. I want a freedom lifestyle. I didn't want to be tied to anything. I love my location here. I love getting to serve my local business owners, but I also have mostly global business owners in over 17 countries. So the internet and funnels and these systems help you be able to reach the world, sell to the world, create products. Maybe only some of them can be served local or in the US, but maybe you have an idea that could help your global customers. And it's so exciting because it's unlimited. So put unlimited in the comments if you are excited about the possibilities of an unlimited economy, a global economy that you can turn on and it can run at 24/7. It's very exciting. And so this 4-step framework that I've developed makes it easy to create your very own profitable funnel. And I've outlined that system for you today. So here's the big question. How can you apply this framework to your own business and tap into the power of funnels to increase sales? Okay. So you can, like the lady at the beginning, waste tons of time and effort trying to figure out everything by yourself because you're too fearful or too jaded to invest a few $1,000s into a proven system. Or like the smart woman at the beginning who invested in the IKEA expert, you can fast track your results with my step by step program, the Automate to Dominate system. Okay. Now, right now, enrollment is open into my Automate to Dominate program, but I actually have a very special thing because it is the last day of June, and I have a 100K and 100-day program that I talked to you about at the beginning. So you're actually going to get a 2-for-1. Okay. And I want to give you a bird's eye view of what you would learn in this system that we walked through today, but more in depth. At first, you're going to learn the attraction system, where I actually walk you through step by step through mini videos, templates, and live coaching, the systems and frameworks necessary to create a strong foundation. You will dial in the attractor. Who is your ideal client? What offer is going to actually, they're going to buy from? So again, whether it's a service or a thing, like sometimes people think it's only for a consulting or a course. No, we do this for things too. I've done it for swim lessons. I've done it for silver designers, for jewelry designers, for fitness professionals. It doesn't matter what field you're in. I've probably already helped somebody in your field do it, or multiple people. Branding. All right. 2 seconds. I audit people's brand all the time. I've never audited a brand that I was like, this was fantastic. And I don't mean it rude. But look, if you're not understanding that, like, give me a second. Let's hope that my husband is actually going to pick up my daughter for horse camp. Isn't it great when you're like doing all the things and trying to make sure your kids get picked up? Okay. I love when I get calls on a live stream. I'm going to double check, just say I'm in a workshop. Don't you guys love it? This is the real life. Are you picking up Coral as expected? Okay, that's just real. I'm not going to edit it out. This is the balance of balancing life, husband, and child pickup. Okay, let's keep going to branding. I'm turning red. Okay, growing your list and email marketing systems. Okay, so this is the piece that, like, again, so many times, even people that I've worked with that make 7 figures, they don't have an email list. And so, like, if their social media shut down, they are lost. And I'm like, listen, we have to get this email list. And I set up an investor's email list and helped him run some of his emails. And he closed another 100K investor in one email I sent for him. So I'm telling you guys, even if your email list isn't big at first, if you know how to talk to people and you start to grow it over time, and sometimes faster than you realize, you can bring in an extra 5-6 figures. It's pretty exciting. And then we need to convert them to the sale. So again, whether you're looking for buyers for your houses, whether you're looking for Spanish students or watch clients, it doesn't matter. We have to take them from being a looker to a buyer. Okay. So we got to convert them, and that's in this system. I also have a couple more bonuses besides the one I talked at the beginning, and that's how you can market and launch your new funnel. And that expires soon, really today. This is June 30th. So I have a July 1st deadline for all these things. And then on top of that, let's say you fall in love with funnels. I do offer a certified 7-figure club funnel builder program. Let's say you're super curious and you're like, I love design, I love websites, but I definitely haven't monetized it the way I could. I do offer a certification program that's usually an extra $3,000, but when you purchase today, you can message me, you'll actually get that included. So that's another stream of income you could consider. So I have all kinds of bonuses. It just keeps going. Your freedom planner, I've got a YouTube system, but really ultimately, I think that when you jump in and you decide that you're going to make this happen and you're going to add that extra 10K to your income every month, I'm going to be there for you every step of the way. So I offer live coaching calls. There's a course community. And here's those bonuses we talked about at the beginning. A lot of you like that quick cash injection method, right? And so there's also my sold out system. So that's where you would learn exactly step by step how I brought in awards, created extra 100K, 200K, 300K. I'm going to share that system with you. I know these numbers are just awesome, right? It's so exciting. I remember when I first started, a 5,000 extra a month sounded impossible. So sometimes when I'm saying these numbers, I'm like, oh my goodness, are they like going to believe me? Because I remember when I didn't think I could do it. And now I'm like, 100K, 200K, 300K. So let me tell you, even if you're not there yet, I have a couple levels to this program. So let's talk about that and let me take your questions. So if you added up everything that I kind of gave you screenshots through and everything that's available for you immediately upon purchase, it would be well over $10,000. But for today, if you're ready to get started and pay in full, it's only $19.97. And I do have a payment plan for that if you really needed it. But if you do the payment in full, there's a couple other things you're going to get as well. You're also going to get a one-to-one strategy call with me, which I charge $1,500 for a 1-hour call. So you're getting almost 2 for 1 with that. And the question is this, isn't if you'll make your money back, it's how many times over you'll be able to do it. Okay. Because I just told you these clients of mine make 10K, 17K in their first month with me, 100K in 8 weeks, 180K in 90 days, like 2,000 to that. Now, I do have higher level one-to-one work that starts at, I've got a funnel in a day at 10K and I've got a mastermind program at 50K. So if you want to go faster and you're ready to invest a lot more, we can talk one-to-one about that. But if you're just like, I want this system, I want it today, it's already ready for you. And I have a whole mastermind available with tons of other people ready to help you get there. And that's only 2K essentially. So here's more of the testimonials. You can go to my website, watch the videos. They're all there for you. So I want to take some questions for the next 15 minutes and see if there's anything I could just help you have a breakthrough with, right? Do you have questions about your ICA? Do you have questions about your bundles? And so for right now, you can go to tianasmithcoaching.com and you're going to click on boot camp. And really what you're going to do is click on apply now. And what I want to do is talk to anybody who's interested in joining my program, whether it's at the 2K level or the 20K level, whatever level. I do like to talk to people because we keep this a close-knit group of positive go-getters only. So there's no payment required. You just want to fill this in and we can have a short conversation. And the bonuses do expire today though. So as long as I get this information in the next 15 minutes, you will stay qualified for all the bonuses I talked about, but you do need to fill that in the next 15 minutes. And then we need to schedule your call out. Okay. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to go to tianasmithcoaching.com. There's a button that says 100K bootcamp. You're going to click on that, click on the apply now and fill in this information. And then you'll have the opportunity, if it's a good fit for you, to get all these bonuses. So for now, I'm going to answer some questions. I thought somebody said and I'm so hot over here that I'm going to take off my jacket. Okay. So over here, and good news, my kid got picked up from horse camp. Go husband for the win. Okay. I'm seeing up here that you guys have some different ideal clients. Jamie says that she sells courses, group classes, private lessons, other educational resources for language learning. Is that the same person who was selling the Spanish classes? I see there's a 16-year entrepreneur, spa owner, registered nurse. Fantastic. Looking to level up. I love that. So what I would really recommend would be going to the website for all of you. You guys all sound like you're quite qualified entrepreneurs looking to up level your game. And I would love to talk to you one-to-one. So I offer that call. Usually I charge for it because you came on here, I offer that for free. So just fill out that form, go to tianasmithcoaching.com, click on the 100K bootcamp, fill out that short quiz, and then I will text you and we can arrange a call. I hope you've enjoyed this training. I know that at the end, when you come to a free training and there's sales, but we talked about that at the beginning. I hope you learned this 4-step system, kind of looked at some mistakes you might be making and got some value from today. I understand as an entrepreneur in business for over 20 years that most people, it's only a small percentage of people that buy from you off of a workshop or off a sales call. So my goal is always just to really provide insane value, hopefully give you something you can go and apply to your business. But if you are committed to scaling fast, I have a couple different pathways depending on your money versus time commitment that I absolutely can help you get to that next level if you're digging the vibes. So I hope to see you soon. I'm Tiana with tianasmithcoaching.com. I hope you'll reach out to me and talk to you soon.